One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today. All right, I'm going to adjust this camera. So I am actually getting on the highway headed back from beautiful, mountainous, scenic Charlottesville, Virginia. I had to come here and bring my daughter some medication that came to the pharmacy near our house and some other things that she had left. And I wanted to jump on really quickly, and I wanted to talk with you today. This is actually for the men and the women today, but I wanted to talk with you in detail about wolves in sheep's clothing. Now, this is biblical. This is something that's been going on since the beginning of time, okay? There's nothing new about wolves in sheep's clothing. This has been around since, the garden. This has been around since Jesus, since Noah, since Moses, right? But here's something we need to talk about in 2024. It has become rampant that people will profess with words to be one thing, and in their heart they are another. And you need to be especially mindful. So although we now have the so-called smartphone, we now have the smartphone that's making us stupid people, the bad news is a lot of people are becoming lazy. You're lazy in your vetting process. You're lazy in tapping into your gut instinct or your intuition. You're lazy in discerning who people really are. It's like people are getting lazier and lazier. And now is actually not the time to do that. It is not the time for you to trust other people or what your phone is telling you or what the computer tells you. This is not the time. You have to be able to tap into a guiding system that I believe every single person on earth has, but you have to be tapped into it. You have to be willing to go deep inside of your soul, deep in your gut, deep in your mind, right? There has to be some sort of spiritual connection there that can actually tell you what people are on. It can tell you what people are about. And right now, as I've said this many times before, I fell for it, right? I fell for believing someone and what they told me, and to some extent what they showed me. But time reveals all. That's the thing for every single person to know. That's why you have got to take time. You've got to stop relying solely on vibes. You got to stop relying solely on chemistry, on love chemicals, on the cocktail that is present in the initial honeymoon phase. And remember, that phase can last anywhere from 3 months to 2 years. Okay? You cannot rely on that. That's like relying solely on your emotions or your feelings. Going through life based on how things feel. No, you have got to use your brain. There's a reason why God gave you a brain. There's a reason why God gave you logic and rational thinking. You cannot just rely on your feelings. That's what's getting a lot of y'all in trouble. You're starting whole relationships based on a feeling, based on the fact that our birthday is 2 days apart, based on the fact that, our mama's birthdays is the same day. based on the fact that we went to the same school and didn't know of each other, and this and that. I mean, just a bunch of dumb stuff, like, right? I'm just keeping it real. You reading into stuff, you reading into things that y'all may have in common or you may have as similar, but that does not mean you're meant to be with that person. That's not some serendipitous coincidence. Like, you have got to see the fruit of a person. It's not enough to say, our birthday is on the same day. We both born under the sign of Leo. That's a sign. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your logical, rational mind has to enter into the picture and say, who is this person really? What is this person doing most of the time? What is this person about? And can I see the fruit of what it is they're telling me, right? I've had men tell me, oh, I have all these businesses, or I do this and that. Honey, the business ain't make no money. The business was an ego stroke. It was simply something for them to talk about or post on Instagram. The business ain't make no money. They didn't have no money. It was just, again, something for them to do. But they play it like, oh, I'm doing this with it. I'm doing that with it. I'm going here. I'm going there. That's words. That's just called words. Right? And this the new one where they can, for about 2 strong months, maybe 3 strong months, they can wine you and dine you, take you here, do this, do that. But then they gonna fall off because, see, their money ain't like that. Their money cannot maintain that level of love bombing. That's why they call it love bombing. And understand this, and this is for men and women, because I've seen women do this too. Play a good game with a man, keep a clean house, play a good game, cook some meals, bring some meals over to the job, or bring some meals over to your house, and to pretend to be something that she ain't. Okay? So, you got to let this thing play all the way out. Pretend to, be all loving and supportive. Pretend to have your back, and then let 3 months or 6 months go by. And then what we got? That person turn into the most selfish person in the world. It's all about them. See, that's what they're doing to draw you in to get what it is they want. And this is prevalent in 2024. This is how most people do it. Most people do it this way. I see a person and I think to myself, how can I get my needs met? How can I get what I want out of this person? And whether that's resources, whether that's, validation, whether that's sex, whether that's money, whether that's gifts or trips or whatever, we're just thinking, I might be able to get my needs met with this person. Let me figure out how to do that. I've already told y'all, more often than not, people are not looking to give. They're not getting with somebody because they have a lot of love to give. They're looking to get with somebody to get. What can I get out of this situation? How can this situation benefit me? And those are the wolves in sheep's clothing. Their intentions are not pure. Their intentions are not good. They're here for a good time, not a long time. They're here to use and abuse you. They're here to get their needs met. They're not here to know you on a deeper, more spiritual level. They're not here to really, uncover all of who you are and all of your wounds and traumas and hurts and what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good. They don't care about that. They care about getting what they want from the situation. And this is becoming prevalent. Back to time. People who don't mean you any good, let me tell you the number one way. I'm going to tell you many ways, but I'm going to tell you the number one way. The number one way you can tell someone's intention for you is not good, it's not good for you, is they going to move quick. Quick. Call, text, go out, right? They have got to move you quickly along, okay? I need you to feel a way about me quickly. I need you to feel comfortable with me. I need you to believe all this silly stuff that you think means something. I need you to make that mean something. The fact that we share the same birthday, the fact that, our mama share the same birthday, like that means something. That's destiny. That's you and me meant to be together. No, it's not. Take your time. I slow men down on purpose. I pace relationships on purpose. I do that on purpose. And you know what? After about 2 months in, the man figures it out. He finally figures out, Anita's doing this on purpose. Yeah. You could have asked me that from day one. I'm not going to lie. You are not going to rush me. You're not going to, love bomb me and push me along and come over every day or take me out to lunch every day and make me think it's real so I can give you some draws. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because, number one, I'm not going to let you do that. Oh, can we go to lunch today? Oh, sure, that'd be great. Let's meet up at 12:30. Okay, next day. Oh, can we go to lunch today? I've already got plans with someone else. Okay. Oh, can we go to lunch today? Yeah, I've actually got to work during lunch. Okay. See, I'm going to do that on purpose. You're not going to rush me. You're not going to come and take me to lunch every day. You're not going to text me and call me throughout the day and I'm going to pick up every time. That's not going to happen. You're not going to rush me. And if anything, I'm going to say, hey, I'm in session most of the day. So you calling and texting, it's best if you don't do that until after hours because I'm in session. I'm at back-to-back sessions. I can't take those calls. I can't return those texts until I have a break. But you're not going to rush me. You are not going to, rush me into something. And look, I have to say it. This is for the ladies. The men want to rush you into sex, but don't want to rush you into a relationship. That's a big red flag. When are we going to be to rush you for some draws, but they don't want no relationship. They don't want anything real. So that's the big red flag right there. The fact that you want to rush into some sex and you don't even know me and you don't want to be in no kind of relationship. No, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Take your time. All right. He says, I don't know if this is a man or a woman. Everybody use and get used. It's up to you as an individual to allow how you will be used and for how long. Accountability. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Okay, she said I froze because I'm driving. So hopefully it'll hang on. I'm driving. I'm not sure how I feel about everybody uses and gets used. I don't know how I feel about that. I think people should be useful to one another. But this idea of using and getting used, it's never my intention to quote unquote use somebody. And remember, that's with selfish intent, right? To me, when I think of the word use, it's with selfish intent. It's not for the benefit of the other person. So I'm never going into it with the intention of, okay, well, let me just get everything I want. No, my intention is how can we fulfill the needs of each other? How can we meet each other's needs? That's how I go into every situation. How can I meet the needs of this person? How can this person meet my needs? That's what I'm thinking. So, but just know that's the number one sign. The person is going to rush. The person is going to, rush you, push you along further than you want to go, faster and further than you want to go. And they're going to push boundaries. That's another clear sign the person is pushing boundaries. So if I say, hey, Thursdays and Fridays, I have back-to-back sessions, so the best time to reach me is after 8. If that person keeps calling and texting, if that person keeps getting mad because I'm not returning their call in the middle of the day, I check them. Like, hey, I told you I am not able to take these calls on Thursdays and Fridays. Those are very busy days for me. I just simply check them. Like, yeah, what don't you understand? I cannot take your call during those days. And if that behavior continues, I just stop dealing with them. Because, yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself over and over and over. Kiss, no thank you. No thank you. That's the difference between 20-year-old me and 56-year-old me. I actually will tell a man, no thank you. And how he feels about that is how he feels about it. He can leave that date or that situation like, oh, I can't believe Anita rejected me. I can't. Okay. Like I said, I don't know what you want from me, but I'm not going to do anything I don't feel comfortable doing. I'm not. That's it. I'm not comfortable. And look, they love to play like, well, it's because you're not into me and this and that. And, she'll do it for the guy that she really wants. And I don't work that way. Now, I don't know about other women, but I don't work that way. I can think a man is fine as all outdoors. But if he's like, oh, give me a kiss, and I'm not ready to do that, the answer's no. It ain't about him being fine or, oh, she want him. I don't work that way. I'm a grown-up, first of all. I'm a grown-up. Every situation ain't about vibes, oh, the chemistry, the vibes. Trust me, I have been burnt following the vibes, following the chemistry. Okay, so no, I'm a grown up now. I'm a grown woman now, and I recognize finally that the chemistry or the connection or the vibes, it's not always good for you. It's not always good for you. So I don't just rely on that anymore. Or a man looking good or having some money. That's called so what? That's called so what, if I could be so honest. It's lots of people that got money. It's lots of people that look good. Everything that look good ain't good for you. So at some point we have to grow up and we have to grow to that knowledge. Okay? We got to grow up. We got to emotionally mature. We got to recognize that if we're interested in something long term, it's actually going to require something different. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over and wonder why it's not working out. Yeah, I don't know why. I meet a man and then 2 weeks in, we sleep together, and then 2 weeks after that, he ghosts me. I don't know why, because you keep doing the same dumb stuff. You keep moving at the speed of light. You keep believing everything everybody tell you. Let me tell y'all a little secret about me. When I finally woke up, when I finally started reading literature, when I finally started deeply studying my Bible, this was in my 30s, and definitely in my 40s. 40 was a wake-up call. I had a complete midlife crisis at 40. But when I finally woke up to some of the nonsense out here, and I woke up to this idea of everybody isn't who they say they are. And let me tell you, before that happened, I was the type of person, because I genuinely love people, because I genuinely want to help people, because I genuinely want to see us as a people, like, evolve and grow and be our best self, right? This is what I was like up until 40. If a person sat across the table, this is true. If he sat across the table and he told me this and he said this and I actually took that man at face value. I was, for a very long time, the type of person where I gave you a measure of trust. Like, from day one, I gave you a measure of trust. I gave you a measure of belief, right? If you told me something, I just took it at face value. Like, okay, right? Oh, I do this, this, and this, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I have these businesses, and they make plenty of money. Oh, okay. Like, I genuinely was that naive. I just believed what people told me. I took what they said at face value, and it was only until, the truth made itself known, and I was like, oh, what? That's not true, Now, guess what I've learned? I've learned to let people talk. I've learned how to observe people better. I pay attention to what they say. Like, I literally record conversations and I replay those conversations. And now I don't ever, outwardly come across like I don't believe you. I don't ever do that. I don't ever come across like, you lying. No, I never do that. I go, And the truth is, I don't believe nothing you're saying. You would never know it by the way I look. Because the way I look is like, oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. Like, right? It's just, I'm just listening. I have my poker face on. I'm observing. I'm recording kind of in my brain what I'm listening to. And from that moment on, it's like, okay, I don't believe it. I wait and see. I wait for confirmation. I wait for verification. But now I have become, if I'm being honest, I've become more jaded. I've definitely become more jaded when it comes to people, because that way I had about me, I was getting taken advantage of. I was getting the wool pulled over my eyes. There was people out there that were like, oh my gosh, she really believed me. She really believed what I'm saying. So I said, okay, I have to alter this about myself. And I had to grieve that, because that was a quality about me that I genuinely liked. I genuinely liked the fact that, for the most part, I trust people. For the most part, I don't have trust issues, right? A lot of people say that I have trust issues. I don't have trust issues. But I have learned how to let people talk. I've learned how to listen. And I have tapped into the spiritual side of myself. I've tapped into my instinct and my intuition and my level of discernment. And then the third part is, I've also learned how to call people out in a way that's not aggressive and in a way that's not like causing conflict. So I use a lot of humor when I call people out, but I have gotten bolder. I've gotten much bolder in my old age. Is just call people out, right? So if there's any misalignment, if there's anything that you told me and then I see you doing something different, I call that out. I used to just let that go. I used to not say anything about it. I don't do that anymore. I officially call out the discrepancy in what I'm seeing and what you're saying. Because you told me that you like to run every day, or you told me that you don't eat X, Y, and Z, or you told me that you attend church on Sunday, or you told me that you read your Bible. And as time goes on, see, this is why you got to take your time. Because as time goes on and you slowly go down, that road with that person, they can't maintain that lie forever. They can't. They cannot maintain what is not in them. Okay? So you let them lie, right? I look people right in their face, and sometimes something will tell me it's not true. Again, it's a spiritual instinct, right? You have to be tapped into that part of yourself to kind of know, okay, this person is not telling me the truth. It's a spiritual instinct. Sometimes I just genuinely don't know, right? I'm sitting across from a person, they're talking to me, I just don't know. And so there's nothing came up in my spirit, nothing came up as far as my gut, but I don't know if it's true or not. So that's why I use the gift of time. I let time slowly go by, and I don't let a person rush me. I don't rush into any form of physical intimacy. I don't rush into, introducing them to anybody or going over to their house. None of that. I just let time go by. And I actually see, what is this person like in between our dates? What is this person like not only with me, what are they like with other people? So if I have the opportunity to witness them with other people, if it's the wait staff or, just other people, that's how you're going to know a wolf in sheep's clothing. And remember, that mask is going to slip. That mask is going to slip. It's definitely going to slip if you call them out. That's the number one way to find out if a person is a dark triad person. When you confront them, and you don't have to be aggressive, you don't have to be angry, but if you're just direct, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. The last thing a narcissistic person, a psychopathic person, a sociopathic person, that's the last thing they want, is for you to see their nonsense and then call it out. How dare you? How dare you see me? That's like what they're saying. So those people, they're going to run away. They're going to ghost. They're going to disappear because, they really don't have any comeback. I mean, they're going to try. They're going to try to give you some comeback, but they really don't have one because they're like, oh, this person sees me. Ah, dang it. I can't pretend to be someone I'm not because they see right through me. So, but it is rampant right now. And you know where I'm really seeing it, and I have to speak on this, but I am even seeing it in the faith community. Like, can I keep it real? Okay. The faith community is filled with a bunch of wolves in sheep's clothing. Filled with them. People who claim to know God, people who claim to love God, people who claim to love Jesus, people who claim to be following Jesus. And ain't doing nothing he told them to do. Like, it's insane. I went on this walk last night and met up with a bunch of people I'd never met. And there was one woman in particular, and, she and I got to talking, and she was asking me about my political views, and I was like, man, I'm thinking to myself, lady, you don't want to know this. But the short and long of it is I told her I was not voting. I said, I will not be voting anymore. I will not be participating in this because, I cannot put my full faith in either one of these people. I will not be voting. Yeah, last frontier is the faith community. Know them by their fruit, precisely. Yep. So look, she says, well, why is that? Why is that? And she was like super liberal, right? And Kamala is, she's the future and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third or whatever, right? I was like, and again, people want you. This is to me a form of ignorance. They have the audacity to want you to vote for somebody because they're black and because they're a woman. That is the dumbest crap I've ever heard in my life. Like, you must think I'm an idiot. That's my reason for voting for her, because she's black and she's a woman, or she's some part of black. I don't know. No, thank you. I think I'm good. No, I don't work that way. Like, last I checked, I don't work that way. You know what I vote for? Competency. I vote for competency. I vote for empathy. I vote for kindness and people who actually want what's best for most of us. Like, that's what I vote for. So this idea of, well, she's black and she's a woman and she's a Democrat, no, that don't mean nothing to me. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. People have all these labels. They have all these things they call themselves. It's called so what? So what? He says she doesn't sound intelligent. Don't get me started. Kamala, that is. Yeah, don't get me started. No. Yeah. So I vote for competence. Can I be honest? And right now, so this is what I told the lady. I said, well, right now I'm voting for God. I'm voting for God's kingdom. That's what I can put my full faith in. That's what I can put my full backing in. Why she say, well, you should come to our church and we have a non-theology, non-denominational church. I was like, what? How you have a church that has no theology? What? And then look, I tell her about the Democrats having Planned Parenthood. They had the Planned Parenthood, the little, what is it, the van, or it's bigger than a van. It's the big truck, the Planned Parenthood truck, show up at the DNC to give out abortion pills and vasectomies. What? Huh? I kid y'all not. I researched it myself. I was like, this is wildly inappropriate. Like, irregardless of my thoughts about abortion, isn't that a personal, private decision? Why would the DNC, why would they promote that? Why would they have their truck or van or whatever out there and promoting abortion pills and vasectomy? Isn't that a personal, private decision? And if you don't know your history, Planned Parenthood was created to lower the black population. That's the goal. Let's provide abortion to black folks. So I'm good. I'm good. That's wickedness. That's demonic. And you want me to support that? And this woman is I don't know what she is. I mean, she didn't call herself a Christian. She just said she went to a church that didn't have theology or was non-denominational. I don't know. But because can I be honest? It didn't make no sense. It was a ball of confusion. And my God, the God I know and love, do not stamp that. He does not stamp confusion. So no, I'm not voting for no candidate here on earth. I'm going to vote for Jesus. I'm going to vote that God takes care of this eventually. That's where my vote is going to. No, thank you. Just the foolishness. And like I said, it doesn't matter what the label is. Doesn't matter if the label is Democrat. Doesn't matter if the label is Republican. It don't matter what people call themselves. Christian, Jew, doesn't matter. What is it? What's the other one? Hamas? It does not matter. What matters to me is that people out here in the world are kind and they act like they got sense. And they're not out here trying to kill babies every 5 seconds. That's a sickness. It's a sickness in our world when we don't prioritize family. We don't prioritize children. There's a war against children. That's sick. I don't want any parts of it. So, yeah, it's like, nope, we don't support families. We don't support children. Abort the babies, get vasectomies, don't have any babies, don't have any families, don't get married. That's sick. That's a sickness that I don't want any parts of. So, no. Okay? What I consider myself to be, so this is the contradictory nature of me. While I tend to be pretty conservative, and like I said, I'm all for God's kingdom. That's what I stand for. And righteousness. Okay, I've said that more than once. I stand for righteousness. I also, on the other hand, am fairly libertarian, right? Like I'm never going to stand outside of an abortion clinic. I'm never going to curse anyone to hell. I don't believe in that. That's God's job. That's not my job. That's God's job. I'm going to leave that to him. So I don't tell anybody where they going. I don't curse anybody. I don't go out and scream in people's faces and protest. I think that is abominable. I think it's abominable. These protests that are going on right now with Israeli and Hamas, and I think it's abominable, if I could be so bold. Because again, the protests are not peaceful. The people are touching people and ramming up against people and screaming in their face and threatening people. No. You will never find me doing any of that. And it's not because I do not care. It's because I care about people in general. So even people that don't believe what I believe, because I care about people, and I want y'all to get this through your head, right? Because I care about people, I must show love to the people that I disagree with. Right? That's if I am loved, I gotta be loved to everybody. So it don't make no sense to say, okay, I'm Christian and I care about people, I love people, but I'm out here, standing outside of abortion clinics telling people they going to hell. That's not love. Like that. No, I'm not going to do that. Some of these things that's happening, we have to let God take care of it. And he will. He will. We have to have faith that God is going to rectify all of this. But for us to claim to be love and to claim to be Christian and loving and love Christ and love God, and we down here screaming in each other's face, that don't make no sense. Like, make that make sense. Oh my God. And like I said, some of these liberal people, the things they believe in don't make sense. So you got people in the LGBTQ, right? They support Hamas and Hamas will kill them. This is the logic, y'all. LGBTQ is on the side of Hamas. Hamas will kill LGBTQ people. Like, that is like, no. You will not do that over here. That is a sin that's a sin that is punishable by death. So make that make sense. Why are y'all supporting Hamas when Hamas is like, no, we don't want LGBTQIA support? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's how crazy it is. It's like, okay, we just want to back something. I don't know if people just are bored. I don't know if they're bored, if they don't have a life, if they just want to belong to something and they don't even know what they belong to. They don't even know what they believe in. They don't have any values of their own. So they just pick up stuff and it's like, yeah, I'm going to run with this. And then the lack of critical thinking. When you show people facts, when you show people things, facts, statistics, data about something they think or believe, and you show that to not be true. I mean, it's like you told them Santa Claus don't exist. What? Like, they're giving out abortions at the DNC? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, that can't be right. And then you show them. What? Because you are supporting, you don't even know what you're supporting. You don't even know what you're supporting. So that's the part that I just can't wrap my head around. How are you going to get behind something and you don't even know what it stands for? You don't even know what it's about. Do your homework. Read. You got a whole computer in your hand, in your phone, and you never thought to Google? You never thought to, like, read about it and do some research about it? No, thank you. No, I don't support either candidate. If I could be so, bold, I don't support Trump. I don't support the way he's doing things. Oh, and let me just tell y'all this. So Project 2025, and again, I've already dispelled this, but you can look it up for yourself. Okay? That is not something that comes out of the Trump administration. That comes out of a private organization. They wrote that manifesto. Okay? You all are acting like, oh my God, if Trump gets elected, this is what's going to happen. This is what, no. That came out of a private organization. Okay? That means that anybody, I could, okay, perfect example. I could write a 25-page manifesto about, okay, if Kamala gets elected, we're going to take all the non-BIPOC people, we're going to take all the non-colored people, right? And we're going to ship them off. And we're going to do this and we're going to do that. That don't mean it's going to happen. That's just me writing up a bunch of stuff. Stop believing everything without doing your research. Project 2025, I can assure you, is okay. It's something that a private organization wrote. And it's kind of like, okay, in an ideal world, in an ideal world, this is what we would like to see happen. Any of us can do that. Any of us can do that. So please read. Please research. Please get the facts. Please stop listening to these sound bites and coming up with, from a 60-second sound bite, and now this is what you believe. This is what you think is the truth. And then when it gets dispelled, you look foolish. Like, do your homework. That's it. Just do your homework. That's all. Okay? Magnum condoms with Kamala's logo. Good Lord. Yeah, I can't. I can't with the Democrats. I can't with the Republicans, if I'm being honest. I really can't. Okay, he said not voting. I ain't even vote for Obama. Because, I mean, let's be honest, y'all. Can we be honest here right now? Regardless of who gets in the office, you're going to have to live with it. You're going to have to live with it. So if you want Trump and it's Kamala, you're going to have to live with it. If you want Kamala and it's Trump, you're going to have to live with it. I learned in college that the same game, oh, he said independent. Yeah, you're going to have to live with it. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Vote for Jesus Christ. Satan runs this world. He sure does. And he does it through both parties. So, like I said, that's not a vote I can give. I can't vote for Trump and I can't vote for Kamala. But yeah, do you know that lady last night? She was appalled. Like, you would have thought I said, yeah, I'm going to go home and cut off my child's head. Like, I don't vote. I don't vote. And again, if you're all about tolerance, right, and letting if you're libertarian, like, let people do them. Okay, let me not vote. Let me not vote. Why is that so, horrifying? Is that not my right? Just like I have a right to vote, I have a right to not vote. That's the thing that's so hypocritical. That either side will be like, okay, well, we want y'all to tolerate our nonsense. Okay, that means you got to tolerate our nonsense. So the dynasty is falling. That's all that's happening. Yeah, it's getting bad. And it's going to get worse. I'm just letting y'all know. Babylon is falling. Yeah, it's going to get worse. Evil exists and thrives in chaos. It's going to get worse. So just understand there are wolves in sheep's clothing. And you cannot trust anybody in the sense of these labels, right? Oh, the Democrats, the Republicans, the independents, the libertarians, the Christians, the Catholics, the Jews, Hamas, the Israeli versus the Palestinian. No, that means nothing to me. That means absolutely nothing to me. The men, the women, okay? Does not matter what the title is. Do your homework. Do your homework. Find out who people are. Like you all well know, I have a lot of great men in my corner. I have a lot of great men who raised me. And there's a lot of shitty men. There's a lot of shitty men out there. Okay? There's a lot of feminine energy, abusive, neglectful, traumatized, broken men. But I am grateful that I've had the blessing of being brought up and knowing a lot of amazing men. And that's what I'm encouraging women to do. Like, don't curse the man. Like, just because he asks you out and you sit across from him, don't curse him because he's a man. Like, that doesn't make sense. That makes zero sense. That's you're not using your critical thinking. Take the time necessary to vet and determine the character of that man. And I would say the same for the men. For men to get on a bandwagon of women are dangerous, women are cunning and conniving, and women are manipulative, and women are this and women are that. No. Sit down across from that woman, treat her like a person, okay? Treat her like a person, like any other person, and vet her. Take your time, talk, listen, observe. Then you will be well able to make an assessment of that person's character. That is how it has always been meant to work. But these broad strokes, these broad judgments of men and women and black people and white people and Hispanic people and Asian people and Indian people, and Indian people are like this and Asian people are like that. Nope. I have friends of all races, ethnicities, colors, you name it. And I just, okay, oh, hey, your name is such and so. Okay, great. And then I just listen. I observe. I let my spiritual instinct kick in, like try to pull out the energy of that person. And all those things together, mixed with time, that's what tell me who that person is. That's what we got to get back to doing. And y'all, get off of social media, okay? Stop inundating yourself with these messages of this person is bad, this person is good, and this means this, and this means that. That stuff gets inside of your mind. It poisons your mind. But guess what? Before long, you can't choose. You can't decide on your own because you're like a puppet. The content is running you. There's nothing worse. Let me tell y'all this. There is nothing worse than sitting across from a person and listening to them and their talking points. It's so annoying. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if it's a white person, black person, Asian, Indian, China. I don't care who it is. When they start talking their talking points, it annoys the mess out of me because it doesn't leave room for you to experience that person in real time. You start talking about Kevin Samuels. You start talking about body count. You start talking about 50-50. You start talking about single mothers. You start talking about, all this crap. It's so freaking annoying. Oh my God. I'm just like, just talk to the person, listen to them, observe them, and then do that over time. And that person is going to show you who they are. They're going to show you their character. Are they a good-hearted person? Irregardless of whether it's a man or a woman, irregardless of whether they're black or white or Asian or Indian or Hispanic, irregardless of whether they're Democrat or Republican. Like, I'm just observing people now. And like I said, the old me was very naive, was very much like, hey, I give everyone a measure of trust. I really do. I meet them. I'm like, hey, you're cool. That's the first thing I think. You're cool until you're not. You're cool until you're not, But now I just let people do them. I observe. I let them tell me stuff. I listen. And okay, right? That's it. And there's a part of me deep down that's like, I don't know if that's true. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's true. But time will reveal that. Time will reveal if this person is, in fact, telling me the truth. So you got to learn how to do that. You got to learn how to have more of a poker face. Like I see women out here where the man will get to talking and y'all's face will give you away. Y'all's face will be looking at him like, you lying. I don't know why you sitting here across from me lying. And so the man's picking up on that energy and he ain't calling you back. he's not texting you back because he's like, yeah, she's bitter, she's jaded, she's not really feeling me like that, or I don't know, I just got a bad vibe. That's what they say. So just understand, you got to have a poker face though. That's the catch. You have to be almost ambivalent when you're listening to these people, but deep down you're not going to believe anything just yet. You're going to let their character, you're going to let their fruit show on that tree. So it's like planting a seed and you don't know what the seed is. It's only until that seed grows and the fruit or the vegetable makes itself known. And guess what, y'all? The thing I love about gardening analogies, because y'all know I love to garden, right? The thing I love about garden analogies is, again, it takes time. That's what I love about gardening. It has taught me patience. That seed is not going to grow in a week or even a month. It's going to take time. Take your time. Okay? So just know in 2024, it's a whole lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. It's a whole lot of insincere people. It's a whole lot of people out there looking to pull one over. It's a whole lot of people out there looking to take advantage of you. It's a whole lot of people out there that are selfish and self-absorbed and self-centered. They want what they want. They have ill intention for you. That's a whole lot of people. And then you have a percentage of people that is, like I said, they're just traumatized. They don't even realize that's what they're doing. But again, one thing we know about people who go through traumatic situations, by nature, they become very self-serving, right? So if you get hurt by a person, if a person mistreats you or hurts you, the first thing you do is go into protective mode. I've got to protect myself. I've got to make sure that I look out. I've got to be hyper vigilant. I can't let this happen again. So see, right there, by nature, that person is not giving. That person is not thinking of the other person. They're thinking of themselves. That is the nature of humans. And so we get hurt, we get traumatized, or our feelings get hurt, we get broken in half. And we're like, oh, I got to protect myself. I got to think of myself. I can't think of other people. I can't do for other people. No, no, no. That's just the nature of us. So even if their intention is, okay, I got hurt You know, I got traumatized or broken or hurt from my divorce or the last person that hurt me. You need to leave them alone. That's why I find out, hey, what was the last relationship you were in? And anybody that tells me 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 6 months, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm good, because you're in self-protection mode. You're in let me use you to feel better mode. And what's so funny is I've had people push back. I've had people push back about that. Oh, why do you say that? Why do you say it takes 6 months or a year or 2 years? Because it's nature. It's in a person's nature that when they are hurt, when they are traumatized, they have to look after themselves. They have to become self-absorbed. They have to become self-serving. They have to make sure they're getting everything they need. And yes, they're going to use people to do that. So, I mean, it's just nature. That's what's so funny. Like, you don't know human nature? Like, that's just human nature. People are going to think of themselves. And so any interaction they have with other people, it's self-serving. It's not because, oh, I just got out of a divorce and although I was broken in half, I have a lot of love to give. No, that's not what's happening. I just got out of a divorce. My ego was shattered. I don't know my up from my down, and having a new person come in my life and tell me how great I am and take me on dates and have sex with me and cuddle up with me and watch Netflix, that would be great. That would make me feel amazing. That's what's happening. So do not be fooled. People who, are ill-intended, yes, they use people, but also people who are traumatized, people who are broken. They also, without knowing, they use people. They are self-serving. Okay? Several weeks is not a real relationship, in my opinion. Yeah, several months is not a real relationship. Exactly. So that's it. That's it. So that's why you have got to learn these basic rules for life, right? Stop engaging with people who are fresh out of relationships. And the longer that relationship was, or if it was a marriage, oh, no. Oh, I just got divorced 6 months ago, or I've been separated for 6 months. Leave them alone. Those people are selfish bastards. And that's whether it's a man or a woman. Okay? I'm not picking on the men. It's women out here, fresh out of their marriage. And it's like, give me some validation, give me some attention, give me some dates, give me some gifts, give me some time, call me, apply pressure. And guess what? It don't mean a thing. It don't mean a thing. You may not get nothing out of it. So no, I'm not just picking on the men. I'm talking about the women too. Everybody is capable of doing the thing standing in the way of you getting used. You and your lack of vetting skills, your lack of discernment. That's the problem. Thank you, LeVar, for buying a badge. I appreciate you, sweetheart. So here we go. Okay, there it is. All right, y'all, I got to get going. I'm getting ready to pull up to the grocery store. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your day. Remember that one-on-one coaching sessions are 25% off this month through the end of the month, August 31st. You may purchase them through my Pillar link, okay, which is down in the description box or in my Instagram bio. And if you're watching this on if you're watching this on YouTube, that's it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free. It takes 2 seconds to do. And if you want to share this video with someone, please share. That helps me to get into the algorithm, and like the video. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.